In this video, I will show you everything I knitted so far this year and some of my favorite summer knits I made in the past. I will make sure to link every tutorial with the techniques I've used making this garment in case you wish to use them for one of your summer projects. The first one is still a work in progress actually. You've seen this top in the sandwich trim tutorial. At that point, I wasn't sure if I should add sleeves or not. In the end, I decided to not add them and I just knitted a ribbed edge. To create that, I hooked the edge of the garment on the machine as I was knitting the rib. So I was catching a stitch, knitting 2 rows, catching another stitch, knitting 2 rows, and so forth. I still need to do the other side and figure a way to close the gap. I love the little rib detail and how clean and professional it looks because of the sandwich trim finish. Second top is probably my favorite top I knitted so far this year. It has a really cute shape and fit and it's just so easy to make. It looks like a t-shirt but it doesn't have any sleeves because of the way it's shaped. If I could change anything about it, I would probably not use the contrast yarn for the neckline. To achieve the bottom hem, I used the peacock lace stitch from one of my tutorials and I continued with a simple lace repeat across the front. I got a few comments on how I knitted that stitch on the front, so please let me know if you want to see some easy lace patterns and I can definitely share that with you. Number 3 is a round neck vest top with a textured lace design. I love combining different lace stitches to create an interesting fabric. I made this vest as a proposal for a new masterclass for the machine knit community, which will run this month beginning with the 7th of July. So if you wish to join me and make one of these vests for yourself, check out the link below. You'll also have access to the entire community for 2 months, so you can have time to complete the project but also check out what they're doing there, which is amazing. I then made a second vest and recorded the entire process, which I will share in 4 live classes over the month of July, beginning with calculating the gauge, measuring a garment, figuring out the decreases, and putting the vest together. I love doing these masterclasses, they are so much fun, so I hope that I can see you there. Next up is a halter neck top. I'm really happy with how the shoulder strap turned out and how it does not allow the edge to roll. This is all done on single bed, but it looks so nice and professionally finished. I made this top as a video request from one of my patrons who wanted to learn that. Whenever I am able, I take video requests. That is also a great learning experience for me too. The reason the front is longer than the back is because I ran out of yarn. They were meant to be the same, but actually this is a happy accident as the back looks lovely as the front and it makes it look quite different, so it's like I have 2 tops in one. This was the first attempt of this technique, but I wasn't happy with how this top turned out, so I made a second one, as I really loved the technique and I knew it had so much more potential. If you would like to watch that video, I will leave a link below so you can check it out. The next project is a knitted bikini, probably a bit too ambitious. The bra came out lovely and I have been wearing it a lot, but the bottoms came out a bit too loose and they don't look that great on. To achieve this lovely stretchiness, I use elastic yarn and my plaiting feeder so that it's not visible and very nicely even. The contrast color cast off you can see here is the elastic yarn only. I didn't want to use the cotton yarn to cast off so I don't lose the elasticity of the edge. I shaped the back part of the bra by doing short rows and sewn the panel at the front. I filmed the entire process of making this bikini, but I haven't posted it as I consider this a quote-unquote failed project. But if you would like to see that video anyway, please let me know and I can share that with you. Coming up next, we have another round neck vest top. To create the lace design on the front, I use my lace carriage, and I combine the N and F settings on the carriage. The main challenge when making this vest top was knitting the neckline and using the lace carriage at the same time. To finish the neckline and armhole and to add a little detail on the bottom rib, I did some crochet and I think it looks really cute and feminine. The next three vest tops are quite similar, maybe a little unusual at the back. I made these as an experiment, attempting to sell them. As you can see, I still have them, so that was not very successful, but I'm not sad at all, as I love them and I enjoy wearing them. To create a little rolled edge, I used the technique from one of my oldest tutorials. The straps can be tied as preferred, which is always nice. To make the back part of the shoulder straps, I knitted the 3 sections using partial knitting, and we have some transfers between the beds to finish up the edge so it doesn't curl. The next vest has a little cable, which again I have a tutorial for if you want to check it out. The cables are not that visible due to the thickness of the yarn, but I believe that it still creates a really nice edge. And for the last one, we also have cables, but this time I did 1 row of single crochet to even out the edge, which I think it works really well. For this one, we also have the cables going on the back and the same style shoulder strap. I'm not only knitting vests for the summer, I also have a couple of t-shirts. This one has a drop shoulder sleeve with no shaping and a cute little flower lace detail on the front and sleeve. This top is probably a little bit too short, but hey, it was meant for summer, and with the high-waisted shorts, it looks adorable. The second t-shirt is slightly heavier weight, which is perfect for a colder summer evening. Again, we have a simple drop shoulder sleeve. To create the cute heart, I use a stitch from one of my tutorials and the plaiting feeder to achieve the 2-color effect. The last vest I will share has a cute engineered cable on the front, which is actually much simpler than it looks. This vest has a much wider and longer fit, and again we have adjustable shoulder straps. I prefer to wear this vest over a shirt, for example. I actually recorded the process of making this vest and have a 36 minutes video alongside with a chart for the entire front cable on my Patreon if you would like to check that out. And lastly, the cable dress. You might have seen a blue version of this dress, which I shared in a video talking about my Feel the Yarn experience. I made a second improved version of that dress as my first masterclass for the machine knit community back in 2021. I have a tutorial for the cable design, which I will link below as well. I really love this dress and I think it's one of the projects that I'm the most proud of. And of course, I have to also share these shorts that I was wearing today. I also made them back in 2019, I think. That was my period when I was sewing a lot as well. They have a pocket at the back, so they're great. Very high-waisted, which I always love. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to everyone supporting me on Patreon. I love doing the extra videos and projects for my supporters there, and this is one way you could support me as well if you enjoy my content and wish to help me continue making it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got inspired from seeing all the things I made. Majority are simple projects, some are more complex, but I hope they inspired you anyway. Check out the description below for all the links and information.